We're live, we're off. Thank you very much for coming. It's Our Hills 45. We're going to do part 4 of my favourite of UK climbs. So if you weren't here for parts 1, 2 and 3, it matters not. This is part 4. I can always bring back parts 1, 2 and 3, but this is part 4. We have 4 climbs in the Peak District, 2 near me in Kent, and then we're going to Wales. So I hope we can fit them all in. Turn the legs over at 85, keep the resistance fairly light. We'll check into our bicycle for this tortuous Tuesday climb around the UK, part 4. You've got 32 levels of resistance. Turn to the right to make it more difficult, to the left to make it easier. Your cadence is your leg speed. Together those two produce your output. It's the aggregated output that determines where you sit on the leaderboard. You can use the leaderboard, you can swipe it away, you can lay down big watts without it. Whatever suits you, boys and girls. A little quicker with the legs, through to 90. Let's do this thing, Sunshine Girl. Yes. Let's do this thing. So we're going to start in Kent, my neck of the woods, the North Downs. We're going to do Hubbard's Hill, which I think is closed at the moment. I don't know why. It's a bridge over the A21. And then we're going to do York's Hill, which is very, very steep and gnarly. And then we'll go to the Peak District, then we'll go to Wales. We're going to do work, obviously, in and out of the saddle. When seated, we'll tilt at the hip, keeping the chest up, shoulders back, core engaged, back nice and straight and neutral. Nice light hands on the bars. I'll cue you when we stand, which will be frequent, and prolonged at times, a bit like the rain at the moment and the wind. Ease back the cadence. I think we're almost ready, don't you? We're going to start on Hubbard's Hill. It's in a little village called the Weald. If John Boy's Sevenoaks is on, then he'll know it. Just south of Sevenoaks in Kent. Okay. Cadence 70 is where we start. Load up your resistance. We're in, we're on. Hold 70. So you might want high teens, low up to mid-20s resistance. It's quite steep at the bottom. There's a nice pub on the left, which I've had a drinky in once or twice. No time for that yet, boys and girls. There's Daz with us. Slow riders here. Furiously going not fast. Drop the cadence a little, 65. Add 2 levels. And then we head up to the junction, turn right, and then it's about another kilometre to the top. So let's get out of the saddle for the first time. High resistance. As we put hole between each climb, we'll use that as an excuse just to do some flat ground work, quicken up the legs, easy resistance, little working recoveries. Has anyone else got smoked kippers with pepper on for dinner? Why not? Top 10 meal. Can't beat a peppered kipper. Okay, bring up the cadence, 70. Up to the junction. Good song by Squeeze there, thrown in. Turn to the right. It's probably a song called Turn to the Right. Can't think of one. And now the only way is up by Yaz. Should we see if we can keep this going? Eased back to 65. On the bridge. There's usually a nasty crosswind here. Back in the saddle. Hold the resistance. And when you're on Hubbards, don't go too fast on the bridge because it bends round and then there's still about 500 meters through the woods to go. If you go too early on the bridge, you're really going to struggle. Got to pace Hubbards. And really this is just warming us up for York's Hill. It's very steep, it's about 25%. The road surface is rutted. It's an old goat track basically. Most people have to walk up at the top. Very steep. People person, how we doing? Max output's kicking down some watts. TGO as well. Little Miss Spin Shines with us, Vicky. Okay, we're onto the bridge, out of the bridge, into the woods. Kick up the cadence. 70, take off one level. Only one. Hold 70. That's it, pull calm. Keep it turning. We've got about 45 seconds of this climb. So I thought we'd do these 4 in the Peak District. Super climbs, all a bit different. I could probably do 10 of these rides, I reckon. This is part 4. Okay, take off one more. The road's just giving up a bit of gradient, so cadence 75. Pushing onto the top. Looking good, Nick. Let's keep at it. And easing back in 3, 2, 1. The second of the East Anglia Massive is with us, the Echelon Journey, and the third member, Tommy G. We've had skiddage. Nick can join the gang as well. Okay, York's Hill. So we've got to do this with a low cadence, we've got to do it at super high resistance, and we're going to have to do it all out of the saddle. Probably about 3 minutes. So drop the cadence down. We're going to load up at 60. So super low cadence, super high resistance in return. Go on, keep turning. Just keep on turning. And when you're ready, let's stand. Hold it steady. Around 65. Staying tall, head up, chest up. We're not putting our body weight too far forward through our arms. How are we doing, Yaffle? That's it, nice and steady. Tap out the rhythm. Just got to keep that resistance high. And now pick up the cadence a bit more. Second half, cadence 70. Yes, this should be tough. Nice start, vegan mum. Hold the cadence up. Quads should be unhappy with you already. Try and hold the form, 1 minute. Ease back a little, 65. Bring it back to 70. Last couple of banks. If a car comes towards us, there's no way through. Hold 70, 15 seconds. Feel free to snarl. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's sit. Let's unload that resistance. Whew. York's Hill done. Kent done. Easy resistance. Cadence in the 80s. Wormhole to Derbyshire. We're going to start on the longer one. Mamtor. So I climbed 3 of these climbs in one day once. Mamtor finishes right up on the top of one of the moors. We'll do Winnats Pass. We'll do the shorter but steeper Monsort, and then we'll do Uden Bank, otherwise known as Deliverance. Yes, for a reason. Okay, cadence down with Wormhole. We're in the Peak District. It's been a gnarly, windy day like today. Cadence 70, load up resistance. Take it into the 20s if you can. On and up we go. How well? How are we doing? How well? Hope you're having a happy Sunday. Not the Sunday, a sunny day maybe. Cyclones got over the cyclones we did last week, I think. Add 2 resistance levels. Hold 70. Yes, Skidage is back. TGO's made it back on, well done. Back in the game. We'll do most of Mamtor seated. There's one little bank that we'll do out of the saddle. Good start, clipless. Cadence 75. So what can we see around us here? We've got the stone walls, we've got green fields and sheep. That's your lot. Some mist, some drizzle. There'd be a lovely view, but you can't see it because it's shrouded in cloud. That's your lot. Cadence 65. Add another level. Go on. And let's pop out the saddle. A minute or so out of the saddle. Again, just get into a nice rhythm. Happy Eggs Benedict Day to you as well today. Poached eggs, hollandaise sauce, bit parsley, you know the deal. I thought, well, who's Benedict then? Who's it named after, the Eggs Benedict? So many times I look at these sorts of things, and as usual, nobody knows. There's at least 4 theories who Benedict was. It wasn't Cumberbatch. Someone made a hangover cure, there were some chefs, some other fella. Who knows? Cadence 70, bring it up. It's also World Wear Your Pyjamas to Work Day. It might be a little bit late for some of you. If you're in North America, maybe you can still pop home at lunchtime, get your PJs on. If you don't have PJs, like I don't, you might need to improvise a little bit, but wisely. Okay, ease back 60, then we're back in the saddle. Hold 60 a moment. Keep the resistance up all the while. All these climbs today are fairly steep. Nothing should be easy at any time that we're climbing. Nothing should be even moderate. Barely challenging. Most of it should feel like hard work. How are we feeling, Cameron? H for happy, yes. Cadence 65. Old Mam Tor isn't finished with us yet. On to 70, take off a level. What do you mean you don't like Eggs Benedict? Can be a little bit sickly, the hollandaise sauce, can't it? Poached eggs have got to be done right, the bread's got to be good. So it can go wrong, I know. Back to 65, add a level. Nice start, Moosey J. How are we all feeling? How are we doing? All thinking about having your Eggs Benedict in your pyjamas at work, I know. Push on to 70. Holding 70. Holding 70 on the nose. Why are you running away when you see the light? Tam Tam's back for more. Okay, back to 65. Back to 60. There's a steep little bit here. Add another level. Hold around 60. High resistance. We're about a minute from the top of Mam Tor. We've got the Tiger of Bristol with us. Keep on turning, and now turn a bit quicker. Back to 70. There's Jay Lala. All right, La. Charlie and Vicky B. C. All right, Charlie. $65 on to 70. Should be a bit hurty at 70, but hold. Ease back to 60. Keeping the resistance up, remember. And push on one last time, back to 70. "15 seconds. Holding 70, nearly there. 3, 2, 1. Ease that resistance. Flat ground. Which is pretty hard to find in the Peak District. How we doing, Florida man? All good. Okay, we're heading to Monsell Head next. The Monsell climb, it's short and it just performs this sort of shape. I.e. gets steeper and steeper as we regress, but it's quite short, so we're going to attack it. We're going to give it a proper kick. "20 seconds away, so pedal easy till then." I've raced up here, done a hill climb event. Managed to come second in the over 50 group and won 20 quid. Which nearly paid for the weekend and 400-mile round trip in petrol. Okay, Monsell Head. Here we are. Cadence 70 to start. So settle in there. Push your resistance up. High. But we are adding resistance as we go, so don't top out. We're going to add 3 or 4 levels yet. Are you ready? Starting seated, we're going to do at least 30-40 seconds out of the saddle. Add a level. Holding 70 still. Add 1 more level. Trying to hold 70. That's it, Joanne. You got it. Adding 1 more level. Hold 70. Don't let the cadence drop. High resistance now. And as we get to the steeper bank, we're going to add resistance 1 last time. We're going to use hands forward, position 3. We're going to step out and accelerate. So at 70, add 1 or 2 levels more. Hands forward, we step up. Holding 70 still. Staying tall. And aggressively, let's push on. 75. Holding good form. "75, hold this." At 30 seconds, hold. It's uncomfortable, heart rate's up. And 75, up to 80 if you can. It's up to you if you can do this with good technique or hold what you can. 10 seconds. Hold tight, 3, 2, 1. Dropping over the line. Back in the saddle, ease up the resistance. Pedal easy, well done. I've got a very jumpy leaderboard today. Come on, software. Missy Moo, I can see you, but it just keeps jumping away. All right. Okay, we've done Mamtor, we've done Monsell. On to Winnet's Pass. The location for 2 years ago, the National Hill Climb Championship was held here in biblical rain. It's an event I've done twice, but I like the shorter ones, not these long ones. This is about 2 kilometres. A bit far for my sprinty little legs, so this one will just go up. And it's in a beautiful green gorge. The problem is, there's usually a headwind coming down the gorge. So it feels like you're pedalling backwards as you go up. Cadence 70, are you ready? High resistance. So we're going to step in and out of the saddle with frequency on Winnet's Pass. We're going up. Looking good, Mr. David K. It's a jumpy leaderboard. I'm going to leave it alone now. Okay, out the saddle. Use hands position 2, nearest to you. And we step up in 2, 1, holding 70. So nice seamless changes in and out of the saddle. I've got a couple of new Echelon t-shirts coming. I found them on the Echelon website. So why don't I have these t-shirts yet? So I had to find them myself. Anyway, they're coming. And some new shorts coming as well. Why don't Echelon make men's cycling shorts with pads inside? Would you, gentlemen, buy proper cycling shorts that had a nice quality pad inside for your derriere? Back in the saddle, 2, 1, hold 70 still. Not sure why we don't make these. Maybe they've tested the market and there isn't one, but I don't know about you boys, but nice padded cycling shorts can make a difference. Maybe an Instagram poll, that might be the way to do it. Okay, back out of the saddle. 3, 2, 1. So it's quite an iconic climb, this one, Winnet's Pass. Only sport by all the motorists that are clogging up the road. The poor cyclists having a tough enough time climbing, and they've got to weave around tourists. Back in the saddle, 2, 1. Trying to keep 70 as the cadence the whole way up. Minute to the top. If you have any ideas ever for any climbs or a region that I can bring to this class for hills, give me a shout, let me know. Back out the saddle, last one on this one, step up. 70's your number. Staying tall, remember, head up, chest up. Neil, the momentum is forward and down. A little side to side rotation's okay out the saddle, but keep it minimal. Back in the saddle, 2 and 1. And we're just going to push on to 75. Last little push. The beautiful Winat's past is in the past. 3 and 2 and 1. Ease off. We're off to Uden Bank now, otherwise known as Deliverance. So full disclosure, I haven't actually ridden up Uden Bank Deliverance. I tried to find it one day on a different ride, and I saw afterwards I went down it. So I can't tell you what it's like going up, but down was good fun. It's called Deliverance for a reason. Again, pretty short, pretty sharp, and I'm sure it's taken some casualties in its past. And here we are at the bottom of said climb. I think it starts at Uden, it goes at Uden Bank, there's the Uden River I think at the bottom. Cadence 65, load your resistance high and bright. That means in the 20s. '65 is where we start, and probably where we'll end because it's, as I said, a steep one. This is probably take us 3 minutes or so. And then we can go to Wales for the last one. Bring it up to 70. Bring it up to 75. Hold that high resistance. And ease it back a touch, 70. Back to 65. Add a level, go on. Remember, if you add 2, they have to both stay. You're not allowed to take one off, like I just did. Back to 70. And on to 75. So we're just playing with our cadence here, holding high resistance. Drop it back to 65. And push on again, 70, 75, hold there. Nice high output. And take it back to 65, and we're going to finish this one out of the saddle, so let's step up. Nearly done in Derbyshire. Only one climb left. But yes, it's the longest one. It's called the Tumble. I do like the way a lot of these climbs have nicknames. Sometimes it's the name of the hill, the mountain, the road, the village, the pub. The fact that cyclists have come to evil ends on the climb. Ease to 65. One last little push. Back up, 75. Ten seconds. Holding nice form, nice and tall. 3, 2, 1. In the saddle. Resistance off. Wormhole through space and time to Wales Abergavenny, to be precise. How are we doing, Steffi? It's always nice to go to Abergavenny because it's nice to say the word. Okay. So it's the longest one. The tumble. It's not ever so steep, but it's always at 6, 7, 8%. It's relentless, but never too steep. So we can do it in and out of the saddle. And we can have a slightly higher cadence than what we've used thus far. So, at 80, with Abergavenny behind us, load up your resistance. So it might be high teens, well into the 20s. Whatever feels like a hard level of resistance for you. With cadence 80, that's where we're starting. 7 odd minutes to the top. It's actually about 6 miles, this whole climb, which is quite long for the UK. So we're going to have to squeeze it up a bit. 75, add a resistance level. Looking good, big ride. And let it drop down to 70. When you're at 70, let's step up. A few stints in the saddle, a few stints out. Which is incidentally what we're going to do on the heart rate zone class after this. Intervals in and out of the saddle. With cadence around 70, let's sit, boys and girls. Keeping the resistance up, output up. Effort up. Settle in here. I drove back from Manchester yesterday after the Manchester Marathon. All was going well down the M6. And suddenly it said M1 closed. No access to M25. Went off down the A14, M11. I know this won't mean much to some of you. Going down the M11, it's already busy. Dartford Bridge, big crash. Hour plus tailbacks. So then, you know absolutely, you've got to go into London and fight through the Blackwall Tunnel. 7.5 hours after leaving Manchester. Sometimes the train should take the strain. Should we step out of the saddle? An hour to go, about 1 kilometre, leading into the Blackwall Tunnel. Just a bun fight with other vehicles. Quite Darwinian. Not the polite British driver. Oh, after you, sir. No. Make a move and I'll rip your car to bits with my Ford Transit. That sort of thing. Back in the saddle. Drop the cadence now, 65. Add a couple of levels. It's the steeper middle part of the tumble. Keep it turning. And we're back out the saddle again in 3 and 2 and 1. 65 to begin. And now turn it up to 70. And tickle it up a bit more, 75. Ease off, 70, 65. Back to the saddle. Hold 70, keep the resistance high. Car was in today, MOT and service. It's then when you realise how much. Add your insurance in, which has gone up through the roof. Everything else, the depreciation, you think, really? Can't I just live with a bicycle or 4? But no. $75. Under a couple of minutes, boys and girls. At 70, you can take off 1 whole level. And last little phase out of the saddle. Let's step up. Cadence 70. Keep it lively, keep it bright, keep it tall. Soon be time for your Eggs Benedict. Last minute. So I can't remember what's at the top of the tumble, because for me it was the start. I don't think there's a pub, no cafe. So if I was you, I would just turn around at the top, go back down into Abergavenny and have a pint with the friendly locals. 30 seconds, hold 70. And here we stay. 20. 10 big seconds. Yes, a marvellous job is done by you. We can return to the saddle. We can ease off. We can give ourselves and everyone else a little round of applause. Very well done again. Time to recover, let the legs come back. If you've been doing this on demand, very well done, you lovely lot. So as I said, heart rate zone 20 is coming up, where we're going to focus on zone 4. Have a little recuperation and come back. If not, fair enough. You might be in your pyjamas for the afternoon's work. Do a cool down ride, maybe looking fit past. We've got Grace Poke Rise, recovery workouts in there, and much more. One class for me, then I'm off for my kippers. As ever, it's been a great pleasure. Thanks for coming along. You've done the right thing. See you next time. Bye for now.